Hello, good morning. Welcome to Lisa Derby City. Today it's the 11th of the 11th, the year 2025, and in the UK and Commonwealth and non Commonwealth countries, today's date is quite significant because it represented the ending of World War One in 1918. So on the 11th hour, some people will have a 2 minute silence, but it's 10:36, so we're okay. Today, from a spiritual perspective, 11:11 is quite significant because the four wands, if you look at it, kind of like they look like two pillars of a tower. One, 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 one. So two pillars of a tower. And also one, 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 one. It's like a mirror, isn't it? Like a reflected. And this is quite a very powerful, kind of like a master frequency number, because it's kind of like we can use today to kind of like manifest our true intentions. So what I'm going to do today, well, I've already done it actually, but yesterday I wrote down 11 things that I would like to achieve. And then what I'm going to do, either in the morning at 11 minutes after 11 a.m. time or 11 after 11 p.m. time, I'm going to look at my 11 wish lists and just read it. And then what I'll do, I'm going to put my wish list under my pillow, and then on the 12th day with my wish list, I'm going to burn it and let the wind blow it away and just leave it. That's it. Some people like to do a vision board. Some people like to keep a journal. I also do keep a gratitude journal to be grateful for the things, even the bad things. And trust me, in this particular year, have experienced many, many atrocious things that I wouldn't even wish on my worst enemy. But that's a different story. So I have the opportunity to do this. And why is it so significant, the numbers? Because they're just numbers, aren't they? 1111. But they are quite significant because, like I said, it's just the representation. They're like two towers, and that's kind of like a gateway or portal, because we already kind of had Halloween, where some people believe that the veil between the living and the non-living is thin, and that there'd be more like more spiritual activities. And suppose, in a sense, 1111 is a continuation of that. It's kind of like our frequency. And if you notice throughout all my videos, I'm all talking about energies and how we are sensitive to other people's energies. And some people's energies will make you feel good, and some people's energies you want to physically recoil from, and you want to remove yourself physically. So I'm always about to always protect your energy. But this time, regarding our energy, it's about our frequency and to vibrate from a lower frequency to a higher frequency. And today, 1111 is quite significant because this is kind of like what we call a master number, and it's a mirror number. And it's kind of about our dreams can come true, but it's the intention behind that. So that old saying, be careful what you wish for. I'm just going to keep it short and sweet, and that's it really. That's what I believe anyway, that today, 1111, yes, I know for some people of a certain generation, it's to do with Remembrance Day. Okay. And I think, is it in Japan? Was it in 1993? that this is for people, for the single people, because it also looks like 4 sticks, 1 1 1 1 as well. So if you're single, if you want to manifest your ideal dream partner, maybe today's the day to do it. I think in Poland, is it also your Independence Day? But I thought, you know what, I'm going to keep it short and sweet because I do like to ramble. And I thought, I'm going to pick the 11th card and see what is the message. So this is a general reading, so it may not resonate, or pick what resonates, leave what doesn't. And disclaimer, this is purely for entertainment purposes. So I'm going to use my Witch's Oracle Tarot cards. Actually, it's my Witch's Tarot, but I have got my Oracle cards afterwards. I'm going to pick the 11th card and see what is their message. So I think I'm going to go from the bottom. So I'm going to go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ooh. This is the 10 of Swords, okay? And it says everything is fine. Can you see we've got a person on the phone, like what you are on your phone, watching me? Hi, good morning. Laying on her side, looking at her phone, and there's like 10 swords, like, and it's kind of like, which is kind of quite significant, because it's kind of like they've been let down. Let's just count. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 swords. And it's kind of like this person's been stabbed. Stabbed in the neck, stabbed up the side, stabbed in the back. Laying down, feeling kind of like depleted, defeated, pessimistic. They're mindlessly scrolling on the phone and they're saying, yeah, everything's fine. This card is saying everything is not fine. And it's kind of like to use this opportunity to kind of like, if you need help, then to ask for help, for assistance or guidance. No one is fully independent. We are all interconnected. We like to think we are independent, but let's be honest, we all rely on somebody. And if you've got people that you feel are supportive and are honest and genuine, then seek those individuals for that support or advice. It doesn't always have to be spiritual advice. It could be financial advice or emotional advice or psychological advice. But if you're feeling kind of like depleted emotionally for whatever reason, there are people out there that are willing to help you. And there's nothing wrong to seek assistance. I mean, yes, I know it'd be nice to be independent, especially if you're meant to be an adult. But sometimes it can be a bit worry, carrying the burden. So this card is saying, if you need any type of advice, then seek it. Don't be scared. So that's about advice. Now I'm going to use my Angels and Oracle cards. The reason why I knock it is to do with energy, because obviously I do readings for people. So same principle. I'm just going to pick out Elder. Okay. We come back to this. So the principle is that I want to pick the number 11 card. So this time I think I'm going to go from the top. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. The moon. Take note of intuitive messages. How apt is that? Because we did have a super moon, didn't we, last week, if I remember correctly. I think, was it on a Wednesday? I don't know what day of the week it is. But we did have a super moon. And again, similar principle with this 111. How it's like a super gateway portal to vibrating from a lower frequency to a higher frequency, and that we can manifest our true heart desire. But remember, be mindful or careful what you wish for, so be explicit and try to be positive, because we only want to manifest good things and not focus on the negative. And that can be kind of difficult when you are feeling depleted, defeated, pessimistic, worry for whatever reason, and this thing worries me, and thinking I can't get out of bed. So this is saying basically to trust your intuition. And a lot of us now, because we are kind of like tapping in or tuning in, it might not always make sense, our intuition. But you know, when you get that gut feeling in your solar plexus area or your stomach area, and it does not make sense, but you just know whether if it's a green flag, an orange flag, or a red flag, that's your instinct. So learn to tune in with your instinct, because this body is a barometer and it can gauge by sensations if something's good or not good. Because again, we are comprised of 75% water. And apparently the moon affects our emotions, because like I said earlier, we are all interconnected. None of us is fully independent. We all rely on someone, whether we like it or not. It's just a fact of nature. Nobody is an island. So it's just kind of like, trust your intuition, whether you call it your inner voice, your gut feeling, your guardian angel, your God, whether you believe in symbols like pennies from heaven or white feathers or a robin. Learn to trust your intuition. Listen to that inner voice. It's learning to discernment, because a lot of people, yes, I know I said to seek advice, but also sometimes about trusting your instincts. So like what I said to you with today, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And that's about trusting your gut instinct. And a lot of us I do believe, are learning to trust our instincts. At the beginning, it can be very difficult to trust your instinct. But once you start to trust your instincts, it gets easier and easier with time. So trust your instincts. And then I'm going to do this one. Okay. Kyun Oracle. Thanks, Noon. Same principle, but I'm going to do it from the middle. So I'm going to go like this, look. And then I'm going to do 11. Same thing. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then the picture here is absolutely gorgeous. We got like different people here playing various instruments. And if you look at the colours, we've got the colour like orange, yellow, white. And then there's a donkey, a random donkey. So I'm going to leave that for you to look at, and then I'm going to read the message at the back. So, divine connection. The inspired, intuitive messages you have been receiving, which are unconditionally loving, fearless and encouraging of you to grow and be your true self are from your higher guidance. Beings of divine light are guiding you with messages of unconditional love. It is safe to trust in your growing divine connection and in a knowing. Doing so will bring you great joy. Wow. It's like a plan do, isn't it? Because I said with this, with the Ten of Swords, like if you're feeling depleted, depressed, pessimistic, to seek guidance from others that you trust. Then with the Moon card, take note of intuitive messages. And then the conclusion is divine connection. And I said today, 1111 is quite significant because the numbers are like two pillars of a temple or a gateway, and about tuning in. And that basically concludes it perfectly. And then the random card that flew out is Elder. And it says, move beyond ancestral patterns. So that means that we may belong to a particular community. And in the world that we live in, especially for the global majority, but if you live in the Western hemispheres, unfortunately, there are very preconceived stereotypes. But also, if you are born to a particular community, that sometimes we have to break those cycles, because sometimes we can be set in our ways, or we are conditioned by social norms or expectations. So yes, I may look like this, but I do not represent everybody that looks like this. We may look similar physically, but are not representative. So it's kind of like, don't stereotype. And also for my own community, just because I act or speak different doesn't mean that I'm selling out. It's just saying that I'm probably a bit more broader perspective, because it's about who you associate with. So you may be born into a family, but you pick your friends. And then we've got like people that are not blood, but they're kind of like your soul tribe family. And even strangers are sometimes more supportive than your own kin or your own blood. It's about breaking, I do believe, it's about breaking cycles. I'm not better than anybody else, but that's the message that I'm taking from this. And that's it. And as per usual, thank you for supporting Lisa Derby City. So the conclusion for today is, today, the 11th of the 11th, is quite significant. And in the next 12 days, like I said, make your wish list. Do either 11 wishes or 4 wishes, or have, if you've got one particular wish, write that down 11 times. Whatever you decide to do, it's up to you. And it's a bit of fun. And the reason why it's fun, because to see what manifests into your reality. So, peace and love, and have a good day. Lisa Derby City. Mwah.